32, these two programs have defined conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. For nearly a century, this venue has stood on the grounds of the Texas State Fair. Glad to have you with us from the Cotton Bowl. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. Gives it on the option. At the 35, he's got room. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that could run the football, be physical. It all started there.
One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. Motion from the wideout. Caught behind the line. It's Sategna. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The Sooners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Fires to the tight end. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Well, this tight end's really good at finding soft spots and zones. It's not just working over the middle of the field either, but also on the perimeter of the field. And that time, as soon as he releases off the ball, he knows there's no one following me, running with me. This must be zone coverage. Where can I post up and make this easy for my quarterback? He finds that spot. It's a nice gain by the offense.
And the Sooners with the 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
The Sooners back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Here's a give to Robinson.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying him because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Good, right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Here's Brown to begin the drive. Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta?
Caught, and he's got room. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Throwing Manning. And they can't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll give it to Brown. Snowed under by the defense.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. Makes it past the marker. There's a little room there. And he scores! Touchdown, Texas!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gives it on the option. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They give it to him again. Turning it on. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you his speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no. They got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over. Obviously, guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running.
Maybe a crease. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And these third downs obviously are so crucial, and that's why you call them the money down. But just to get the drive started, man, you get the third down, you get a little bit nervous. Nice job executing, running the football, moving the sticks, and now keeping this drive moving.
The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's Brown again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Now on the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They tried to get the defense going the wrong way with the counter, but nothing doing.
Aggressive defense, attacking defense. You want to hit them with those counters, but it wasn't successful in this play. Defensive line, linebackers, everybody's dialed in. They see what's going on. They diagnose it, go downhill, hit them right in the middle of the field.
Dances away to buy time. At midfield, he's got room. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding third down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big third down.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The Longhorns will hustle to the line.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
I don't think the defense was expecting run on that play. Second and forever. They were all dropping back into coverage. They got gashed.
Already 2 for 2 on third down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. Manning from the gun on third down. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And that is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Maybe some room here. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and never question that. And Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sategna. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Now on the move. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
As a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Handoff to Xavier. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They'll ride the hot hand. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And I'd love to see this offense be physical like this to finish the first half. Like, you're up by 3, put a good first half together. Going into the half right here, got a chance to make this a 2-score game, and I want to chew a lot of this clock. I don't want to give them a lot, so if we can run the football, be consistent, and add to our lead before the half.
He's got him in the flat. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Here's Manning to throw. Oh, they're after him. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Manning. Quarterback extends the play. He makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake, check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was two guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He's got great speed. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? I'll send the tight end in motion. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his man. It's Hansen. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give out of the gun. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Nestled just inside that right upright. And that will extend their lead even further. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the Florida State Seminoles. And it's the Red Raiders looking to make it 5 straight wins, and they do that. They essentially lock down a postseason spot, although I think their goals are far bigger than just that. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
The Longhorns head out hoping to move the ball on this possession. Starting this 3rd quarter on the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And coming out in the 2nd half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this 2nd half, defense picking up where it left off.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
Well, what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Gets it out fast. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Arch is going to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Smothers. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
And the Longhorns are flying down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Simon. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Looking for room. It's Smothers. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Sweet cut there. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To throw, Manning. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Got it behind the line. It's Coleman. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
The Longhorns go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Motion from the wide receiver. Manning with a play fake. Catch in the middle. It's Smothers. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorn! That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace, QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
They'll move the tight end. Quarterback may change this route. Rides to the back. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Rides the option, he keeps it. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Dude, let's go. I mean, this game was basically over, right? We just forced a huge play. Great job by the defense, giving their offense a chance now. Man, it looked like it was over. Now we got a chance. Offense, go down the field, stick this thing in the end zone. We can win this ball game still.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
Looking for space, it's Smothers. Strong, firm tackle.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it fly. Got a man in the middle. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Right back to the well. And he's in! Touchdown, Longhorns!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game, you want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. A very efficient 5-way scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from... There he goes! He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They move on top here in the fourth. The Sooners come down and score one of their own.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Texas offense. The run inside. It Smothers. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. Looking down the middle. He makes a catch. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Takes the handoff. It Smothers. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Makes the catch down the right side. Completely shot a bolt of energy into this drive. Inside the 40, finally stopped at the 39.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Manning pulls it in. It Smothers. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Hart's going to spin it again. Trying to make magic on the scramble. The offense coughs it up. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Smothers. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. With the run on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Arch Madness. Maybe an ill-advised throw there into the middle of the field, and it's knocked down and incomplete.
I absolutely love when defensive backs do exactly what he did. Don't try to make the big play. A lot of times you see him go up together and the receiver come down, but he goes up, he bats the football down, makes sure nobody catches it, no points are getting put on the board. Nice play by the defense.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. The give, it's Smothers. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Molly.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Touchdown, Texas! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and give me one more stop.
Not much good with a single extra point. Might as well go for 2 here to try to extend the lead to a field goal. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. No surprise this late in the game. They need to go for 2 to try to extend that lead to a field goal. Here's Arch to throw. Here comes the heat.
What a big play for this defense in a critical moment. You cannot allow them to convert that 2-point play, right? Because if they do, all of a sudden it's a field goal game. Great job stepping up and making something happen at a massive moment.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To throw, it's Mateer. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Crosses to 40. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock and pick up a 20.
When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, it's not just the other team, right? You're fighting against that clock. Nice heads-up play by the QB. He does a great job scrambling, getting the first down, and then stopping that clock.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. To the air on first down. They makes the grab. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Precision execution there to work the sidelines, pick up the first down, and stop the clock.
Yeah, great job by the offense. You got to understand the situation. The clock is the enemy late in the ballgame. Got to have a score. Like you said, Reese, work the outer part of the field so I can catch the football and get out of bounds.
And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. And this one to put them on top, and it is getting late. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And, guys, not only a miss, but a missed opportunity to take the lead. Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football with 18 to 22-year-olds. On any given day, anything can happen. And, David, you got to give this team so much credit. They played with their hair on fire and got a tremendous win.
And to keep the belief, like, to understand, like, I've got a chance to come in and win this game and not just give us lip service. They told us this could happen throughout the week, but they believed. Even when it got a little difficult, got a little up in the air, they kept fighting, they kept believing, and they get the huge win.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.